This video will answer the question, what is electromobility transformation? And electromobility is a transport system for road transport that uses electricity as a fuel instead of petrol and diesel. And governments have made plans for a very ambitious transformation to electromobility. The EU has decided to ban the sales of new petrol and diesel cars from 2035. And from that year, only electric cars will be allowed, but also to some extent petrol and diesel cars, provided that they new ones are driven on synthetic fuels. The United Kingdom has decided for an even more ambitious plan for the transformation. The government has, in their 10-point plan launched in 2020, decided to ban the sales of new petrol and diesel cars from 2030. In the United States, air regulators in California have made a similar decision to the UK. They have decided to ban the sales of new gasoline cars from 2035. There are many misconceptions about electromobility, and one of them is that this change will be straightforward and almost automatic. Now that we have access to electric cars, electric vehicles, they will grow on their own, and there will not be any need, presumably, to manage this change process, make political decisions about investment or any other large-scale decisions. But many such decisions will be needed, and they will have to be made in such a way that the transformation can be driven forward at a high pace from the present moment. The change to electric cars and electric trucks and buses will involve very large investment. First and foremost, of course, we will need electric vehicles. We will need electric cars and other vehicles to be driven by electricity. And that will involve the change of our present vehicle fleets to electric. But it will also require an increase in power generation, because at present we use the electricity, or countries use the electricity available in various ways and for various purposes to cover the needs that exist today. And there is of course some surplus in the systems, particularly at times during the day, during the week, when demand is low and production is higher than demand. But the need for electricity will increase so much that there will be a large need to expand power generation. In Europe, we have 245 million cars, and in the United States they have 285 million cars. And to drive all the European cars on electricity, we will need the power equivalent of the production of almost 50 nuclear reactors. And in the United States, where people drive twice as far on average each year, there will be a need for almost 100 nuclear reactors, or the energy equivalent produced by those. And that implies a really large expansion of power generation. To charge all these cars, there will also need to be chargers everywhere, so that all electric cars in the future, where all cars are electric, can be charged wherever they happen to be and whenever they need to charge. And to understand this development, there will be a large need for training. Many administrators, decision makers, engineers, and people with various types of backgrounds will need to learn about this change in order to drive the projects and participate in the projects that will be needed and make the decisions that will be necessary to move this change forward. And to do this, there will be a need for, among other things, electromobility strategists and architects, two new job titles that almost don't exist at present. So there is a need to develop competencies that are almost non-existent today, and there's a need to make decisions that few decision makers are prepared for, and there's a need to take on roles that few project managers, experts have even foreseen that they will exist. Transitioning society to electromobility will be a large-scale and complex process. I want to help everyone understand what this involves by sharing my knowledge, sharing my experiences, as I've worked with this for almost 20 years now, writing books, working in projects, exploring the different opportunities and the different technologies and aspects of the change. So, if you want to learn more, please subscribe to my channel and learn how to build the sustainable future that everyone is expecting.